Hi there, Kevin Tharp here. Today we are going to look at the mechanics of online marketing. So when we're talking about the mechanics of online marketing, what we're talking about is how to make money. How do you make money online? So we're going to look at things like what do you need to build a website and how do you make money online. So the first thing that we're going to look at, there's a couple things that you're going to need. You're going to need to have a domain name. You're going to need to have hosting. You're going to have some kind of a place to hold your content, whether it's a content management system or a website. And then, of course, you're going to have the content itself. So let's get started on this. The first thing is that you're going to need is a domain name, and this is elementary by the time you get into this class, but it still needs to be mentioned. This is the URL that you're going to be working with, whether it's Target.com, Walmart.com, Google.com, you name it, any of those, the thing that is typed into the browser that allows you to get to the next location where the content is going to live. So this is just a human-friendly side of the TCP/IP network that is out there, and the domain name system is that element of the web that allows you to take what is an IP or Internet Protocol address and convert that to something that humans can easily remember. There's a couple different options to work with here. You can buy a domain through a registrar such as GoDaddy.com or Network Solutions, and then there's a lot of other free options that are out there. And let's take a look at some of these. So the first one that we're going to look at here, this is GoDaddy. GoDaddy is a provider of they're a full-service provider. They will provide you with a domain. They will provide you with hosting. They will provide you with any number of set of tools that we go here. So it is a place where you can go to purchase just about anything that you want to use on the internet. But say you don't have a budget. Say you're wanting to publish information and you just simply don't have the ability to just right off the bat start paying for that. Well, there are free services out there such as Wix or Jimdo.com. And what they do is they allow you to create a website for free, and then what they do is they have different ways of ramping up their service levels so that you pay more for whatever it is that you want to do. Now, these are considered content management systems. They are places that allow you to very easily select a look for what you're going to be presenting, and then you go forward and you start putting in your content. So the reason it's called a content management system is because the focus of the person who's using the system is on the content rather than on the background scripting and coding that you get when you're doing web design and web development. So Wix is one. Another one is the Mustang Corral. So here's an example of a local organization. It's the vocal music support group here in Menominee, and they use mustangcorral.jimdo.com. So they haven't even bought a domain. They've added their name to the jimdo.com, and what you'll see is down here, Jimdo in exchange for providing that free hosting puts an ad down here. Now, if they wanted to, they could purchase the domain, get rid of that, and nobody would ever know that it was hosted on Jimdo. And anytime somebody, I'm in a conversation with somebody about which is the best option, really each one comes with their own advantages and disadvantages. So if you have the ability to really manage the full website, the back end, the databases, all of that, something like GoDaddy is a good choice. If you're looking to get a quick presence and you don't have web development skills, even up to the point where if you wanted to add e-commerce, places like Wix or Jimdo might be your best options. So when we're talking about content management systems, there's all kinds of options that are available out there. WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, and then other content management systems are available as well. Now, these systems, they might be managed by you, or they might be managed by the the host provider that is managing your site. In my case, I've got a WordPress site up on my website, and I use this not very often, but I use it for when I want to do some blogging. And so this runs on top of WordPress. And WordPress, for instance, is specifically good at blog type postings where you want to go out and you want to post something periodically, have it added, and the tracking is automatically done, that kind of thing. So that's a really good use or a really good way to utilize a content management system. So when we talk about content, there's different types of content that are out there. Content is the reason people access a website. And so what we want to do now is just go and look at some of those popular types of content that are out there. Google is one of them. Google is an organization that organizes information. That is the reason that they are so popular. So what they do is they go out, they gather information about what resources that are on the web. They combine it with personal information that they get from tracking the way that you use the internet, from just billions and billions of data points on the internet. They're able to organize that information and get it to you in a way that's meaningful to them, or hopefully that's meaningful to you. And that has switched. We've talked about that before, but Google organizes information and attempts to make that available to people so that they can use the internet. Another kind of site is, here's Flickr. Flickr is a site that hosts images. So that is their content. That is the way that the thing that they do is that they host images. The next option is something like Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a crowdsourced way of creating a encyclopedia type environment on the web, where there's information about just about anything that you could possibly want to find information about. Often Wikipedia is the first search results when you go to somewhere like Google, because they are pointed to by so many people and they are considered a valuable type of resource. Other kinds of information might be videos, such as YouTube. This happens to be my YouTube channel, and so I'm able to post content out there in the form of videos. You might have blogs. For instance, you should have set up a Blogger account. You might have user-generated content, such as in Facebook. There's all kinds of other things, and another example is CNN, which is a mix of multimedia content in places such as CNN.com. So let's look back again. You've got to have a domain name because that's how people get to you. You have to have some kind of hosting because that is the service that allows the content to be on the internet. Some kind of content management system, whether it's YouTube or WordPress or a website. And of course, you have to have content. So the next question is, how do websites make money online? And there's really only a handful of ways that people can make money on the internet. And those are narrowed down into about 5 different ways that you can do that. So what we want to do now is we want to remove the mystery of how websites make money, and we want to point to the monetization. That's the term that's used for ways to generate profits from a website. One of the most common ways is advertising. Advertising is goes back to the beginning of print at least, and maybe even before that, where people would put ads up so that people could have access to it. That is what has traditionally paid for your access to things like newspapers, magazines, television, radio. A lot of the internet is paid for with advertising, and what it is people pay to have ads placed on their properties, whether it's a website or a TV channel or whatever it is, so that the people who are viewing or listening or interacting with that medium can see those ads and gain the information about whatever it is that you're advertising. Websites that rely heavily on advertising include places like Google, Facebook, Huffington Post, Gawker, and you can go on and on and on with these. There's a lot of websites, especially large websites, that make their money off of advertising. It's proven to be a profitable way of monetizing the web. Another one is e-commerce. That's where you're actually going out and you are trying to sell something. It used to be primarily limited to websites where you owned the site and moved on, but it's moving on. For instance, you can now do e-commerce through Facebook, Pinterest, all of these kinds. A lot of the social media sites are now allowing you to create e-commerce situations where you can sell straight from it. So this is an area that's rapidly changing. These are examples of the traditional ways that it was done. The next area is called affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing, what you're doing is you're actually selling another person's products online. So for instance, I'm in the process of becoming an affiliate for GoDaddy. And what that would do is it will allow me to put ads from their organization, the products that they have, on my website. And then anytime that somebody clicks through my website and purchases something on their site that meets the criteria, then I get a small portion of whatever income is generated through them. That's money that I make simply for providing them with traffic that converts to a sell for their company. Some of the well-known affiliate marketing programs include places like Walmart, Amazon, and GoDaddy. So the next method of monetization is called lead generation, and lead generation is where you're collecting information from the people who are visiting your site. And what will happen is those people will then, that information is usually sold to someone else, or they might use it themselves to try and market to you other information. So it's a way of getting access to your personal information so that somebody can contact you by phone, email, or whatever other way that you have provided for them to get access to you. Anytime you fill out a form, you can pretty much anticipate that is going into some kind of a lead generation system. Now, they aren't always shared, but it is a way to generate information, get that from you so that either that company can market from you or so that they can transfer it to somebody else. And there's all different kinds of forms that are designed out there to gather this information. The next monetization method is subscription. And places that use the subscription model, the one that you may be using that most people are becoming more familiar with is LinkedIn.com Premium. There's the free LinkedIn.com, and then there is the premium version, which is designed to get you to pay money to them. So whenever I log into LinkedIn, it brings you to my site. And there's information here. Often they will have content in here that will try to upsell you to the premium, but there's always this upgrade button over here. So what they do is they give you a free access or a freemium. And what they do is their goal is to try and get you to buy this upgraded information that will give you additional visibility or whatever it is in the form of LinkedIn. That's the main key: visibility, reach, and search. So their goal, the place that they make their money, is by converting you into a paid user. Sites like Netflix, they're going to charge you in order to access information, movies, TV shows, that kind of thing. Ancestry.com, Match.com. There's any number of these kind of sites out there that will go on this subscription version, and what they're doing is they are doing an ongoing service in exchange for a monthly fee. And most often what you see is that a lot of the companies are leveraging a combination of the monetization discussed in the training so that they can find ways of making money. Any way that you can make money, and you'll see a lot of them using several of those ways. So what are ways that you could monetize your blog or your website? That ultimately is in many websites the goal of the site. So when we're talking about websites, what is your goal? What is your desire to have them do? Can it be used to monetize? And is that something that you could do with your existing properties? Something to think about. That's all for now. We'll talk to you later. Bye.